there's a palace on Venice's Grand Canal, where the noble family who's owned it for over a century and a half still lives upstairs. It's called Aman Venice, inside the 400-year-old Palazzo Papadopoli. In the next 10 minutes, I'll show you why an 18th century painter's private home became one of the most exclusive hotels on Earth, with only 24 rooms and a family that never really left. Step into any suite here, and centuries collide instantly. Original 18th century frescoes stretch across ceilings directly above the bed, painted by Giovanni Battista Tiepolo himself, one of Europe's greatest decorative artists. Even the room numbers are carved in gold, set into dark stone tiles, so nothing disturbs the original wood floors beneath your feet. This was never built to be a hotel. It still doesn't entirely feel like one. Palazzo Papadopoli was built in the 1550s for the Coxina merchant family, one of Venice's great trading dynasties who made their fortune in the spice routes that once made the Republic the wealthiest power in Europe. In 1745, it passed to the Tiepolo family unrelated to the painter, but sharing the name of one of the Republic's most illustrious houses. In 1864, Count Papadopoli purchased the palace and commissioned architect Michelangelo Guggenheim to renovate it in lavish Rococo style, the same opulence you still see today. At the close of the 19th century, the palace passed as a dowry to Vera Papadopoli Aldobrandini upon her marriage to Gioberto Arrivaben. Their descendants own it still. Count Gioberto Arrivaben Valenti Gonzaga and his family continue to live on the top floor, one level above the guests staying below. In 2013, designer Jean-Michel Gathy led a careful renovation, weaving contemporary furnishings by Citerio and Maxalto through rooms that had never stopped being someone's home. Nothing was stripped out to make way for modern comfort. Instead, the new was placed carefully beside the old until the two became almost impossible to separate. The result earned Italy's Heritage Award for Best Restoration, and quietly became one of the most requested private venues in the city. In 2014, George and Amal Clooney chose it for their wedding reception, drawn by the same privacy and grandeur that first attracted Venetian nobility 5 centuries earlier. The 24 rooms and suites unfold across 3 main categories, each looking onto the palace's private gardens or the Grand Canal itself. The Palazzo bedroom opens onto the garden below, while the light-filled Palazzo Chamber Luminoso catches the southern sun across garden or partial canal views. The larger Palazzo Stanza rooms, some reaching close to 90 square meters, often retain original historical frescoes on their walls, a scale and grandeur few Venetian hotel rooms anywhere in the city can match. 5 signature rooms stand apart entirely. The Sansovino Stanza holds a 16th century fireplace beneath an ornately carved ceiling attributed to the great Renaissance architect himself. The Maddalena Stanza looks directly on to the Grand Canal, wrapped in delicate gray tapestry. The Papadopoli Stanza frames the canal through 19th century frescoed walls, both in the bedroom and the bathroom beyond. And the Alcova Tiepolo suite may be the most extraordinary room in all of Venice, a sitting room painted floor to ceiling, with imagined scenes of ancient China, opening onto a bedroom where Tiepolo's own cherub-filled fresco floats directly above the bed. The Grande Canal suite, largest of them all, completes the collection with sweeping views across the water. There is no reception desk here. Guests arrive by private boat, docking at a landing that opens straight into the palazzo's reception hall, and check in from the comfort of their own room, while staff unpack for them. For those who prefer discretion, a second, hidden entrance exists for guests who would simply rather not be seen arriving at all, a detail Aman rarely advertises but frequently relies upon. 1 floor above the guest rooms, life continues almost exactly as it always has. The Arrivabene family's library still holds books that have belonged to them for generations, shelved in cabinets lined with 17th century gilded Cordoban leather. In the kitchen, 3 antique cupboards carved by the Baroque master Andrea Brustolone remain exactly where they were placed centuries ago, alongside the palazzo's original carved wooden ceiling. This is not a museum recreating history for paying guests. It is a family's actual home, simply sharing itself with 24 rooms of guests each night, the way it has quietly done for years. Uniquely for Venice, Aman Venice holds 2 private gardens, a rarity in a city built almost entirely on water and stone. The canal garden opens directly onto the Grand Canal, gondolas gliding past as guests take breakfast beneath the trees, one of the very few spots in the city where you can dine outdoors with the water this close. A second, quieter garden offers a still more private retreat, shaded and largely unseen from the water beyond, added when the Papadopoli family absorbed neighboring buildings into the estate in the 19th century. Dining here centers on Arva, the hotel's restaurant on the Piano Nobile, spread across a gilded ballroom and dining room overlooking the canal and garden. Executive chef Matteo Panfilio built his menu on relationships with local farmers and fishermen, sourcing single-source olive oils from Tuscany and Liguria alongside the finest Adriatic fish from the Rialto market each morning. Expect handmade chestnut flour pasta, roasted eel, and Venetian-style mixed fried fish, alongside classics like tonarelli with beef ragu and Vezzena cheese. Sunday brunch has become something of an institution here, drawing locals as well as hotel guests for dishes like lobster benedict, braised veal, and turbot, often accompanied by live music drifting through the gilded dining room as gondolas pass just outside the window. For something more private, the blue dining room and chef's table offer intimate settings for special occasions and milestone celebrations, while the Palazzo kitchen table delivers an entirely different experience, an Italian reimagining of the Japanese omakase, led personally by the chef, sometimes paired with a private stroll through the market beforehand. And from May through October, alfresco dining returns to the Canal Garden, one of the only true waterside dining spots left in the entire city, gondolas gliding past as guests linger over cocktails at the garden's timber bar. For quieter moments, the Aman Spa sits on a mezzanine level above the guest floors, deliberately small, with just 3 treatment rooms and a fitness studio looking out across Venice's rooftops and distant church domes. This is not a destination spa built to impress with scale. It is a place to reset after a full day exploring the city on foot. Anchored by a signature foot treatment built around Himalayan salt crystals and warming arnica oil, designed specifically with Venice's endless walking and bridges in mind. Beyond the palazzo walls, Aman Venice opens doors that most visitors never find. Guests can arrange an after-hours private visit to the Palazzo Ducale, wandering the Doge's own halls long after the crowds have gone home for the evening. Others join the hotel's chef on an early morning stroll through the Rialto market, learning to select produce the way generations of Venetian cooks always have, or visit some of the city's oldest artisan workshops, still practicing centuries-old Venetian craft in glass, paper, and textiles. The Rialto Bridge itself is just a 5-minute walk away, and the hotel can arrange private boats for exploring the quieter back canals at any hour, far from the crowded main waterways most visitors never leave. Guests visiting during the Biennale, the film festival, or carnival find the Palazzo becomes an even quieter refuge from the crowds filling the rest of the city. Its hidden entrance and private boat landing suddenly far more valuable than usual. A rooftop terrace at the very top of the Palazzo offers sweeping views across Venice's terracotta rooftops, one of the best vantage points in the entire city and rarely crowded, since so few guests know it exists. Aman Venice is ideal for couples marking a milestone, honeymooners seeking real privacy, and travelers who have already seen Venice's landmarks and now want to experience the city the way its oldest families actually live in it. History lovers and art enthusiasts will find few hotels anywhere in the world offering original Tiepolo frescoes above their own bed. It is not built for guests working through a checklist of sites in a single afternoon. It is built for those who simply want space, privacy, and time to slow down in a city that rarely offers any of the three. Most hotels in Venice sell you a view of history through a window. Aman Venice simply lets you live inside it, one floor beneath a family that never left. surrounded by frescoes painted by a man who once called this exact room home, centuries before you ever walked through its door. Aman Venice, 400 years of history, 24 rooms, one family, still upstairs. If Aman Venice is calling you, all booking details and the official website link are in the description below. With only 24 rooms in the entire palazzo, availability is extremely limited, especially during Venice's festival season, so we strongly recommend booking well in advance of your travel dates. If you enjoyed this journey, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next hidden gem. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next adventure.